Hey everybody, I wanted to do a quick video. This is to basically provide you some details on how I film and how I do my audio when I do travel and when I record my trip. So I'm going to be using my phone, so I apologize if the audio is not up to par or the video quality isn't up to par, if it's glitchy and shaky and stuff. So I apologize. But the reason why I'm doing that is because currently, all the cameras that I use for when I'm on the motorcycle and I'm traveling are set up on the motorcycle, so I can show you how everything's configured. So I had to use a different camera, and so that's why I'm using this one. So let's go ahead and get going. So the first camera I'm going to talk about is a little Session 4 that I have mounted to the fairing, and this one records. Basically, it will get a portion of the front wheel. I'll show you video clips just to show you exactly what I'm talking about. But then it can also be moved out to get side shots as well. You'll notice that there's an extra cord attached to that. That's for external power supply. And I'll talk about how that works here in just a second. But the idea is that if it gets the weather is prohibitive or something, I can disconnect it, close up the lid, and then we can travel down without damaging any equipment. But the reality is that its battery is extremely short. So I mean, basically I get less than an hour worth of video coverage if I leave it without an external power source. And so in order to capture some of the longer trips that I do, it makes sense to add an external power source. So let's go ahead and talk about that here now. So I have these bags on the side that are attached to the fairing. A lot of times people get them to provide additional storage, which is something that I have done as well. You can see my remote for the garage door. But the real purpose that the reason why I got this was to include basically a power pack. And this power pack allows me to keep the Session 4 charged during the entire time. It just tucks in, closes. May not be weather tight, but at least provides some protection. The next camera I'm going to talk about is the Hero 9. And I've got the wind muff on there. I don't usually drive with it, but I wanted to at least show you that it has that media mod attachment, so that when I'm out and about and I want to actually do some shots of me talking, I use this one, and then that becomes invaluable when I'm not using an external audio source, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But the idea behind this is it allows me to capture a forward shot. So basically looking down the camera or down the bike, it'll take a picture of myself, and then you can tilt it to get more of a landscape shot as well. So it eliminates most or all of the bike. I do find that turning it all the way around is a possibility, but the video coverage that I get with that antenna is terrible. So I don't usually do shots that are pointing back, and I'm not sure the value of them anyway. But the audio part, I have the Rode Wireless Go 2s, and I will put this on my jacket or attach it to my helmet, and this is the transmitter, and the receiver, that's that red cord, is tucked in this little bag, and I'll talk about this bag here in just a second. So here's the receiver for the Rode Wireless Go 2. I'll unzip this entire bag. So first off, screwdriver that allows me to tighten down the GoPro, because when you're going 70 plus miles an hour, the wind tends to push that camera around a little bit. So it's best to lock it down, and rather than just finger tight, I actually use a screwdriver. And in this bag beyond that is another power pack, and this power pack charges this camera, and so I can have hours and hours worth of footage without having to worry about turning it on, turning it off, or swapping out batteries. Now, of course, I do have tons of batteries for all of those, primarily for this guy. So this is my Hero 7. This one will mount on my helmet as well. So you'll see the forward shots from this guy, and then when it's mounted on the helmet, and then it'll do a shot of me as I'm riding the bike as well. So it's definitely a multi-use camera. And then again, I can turn this one out as well to get a side shot, you know, with me just barely in the picture, and then the landscape going by. So that is the 3 cameras that I have on this bike. And then of course, if my wife is riding, she'll capture some additional footage with her phone. So that is the audio and video setup. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to add them. And please subscribe and like. Thank you.